So what would I do if I had to start my business over from scratch? What's going on, ladies and gentlemen in Cyberland? Coming back to you with another educational video and personal experience video. So today I'm going to be talking about if I had to start over, if I had to start my business over and literally start from the ground up again, what would I do differently? And so far in my business and where I'm at, I would say a couple things. One of the first things I would do is not spend too much money on media. And I mean media in regards to physical media. One thing I've noticed since I started to where I'm at now is things are becoming more digital. And I feel the biggest thing that from where I started to now is that more things are becoming to where people just have the information on their phone, or they have some type of technological information in front of them, so that you don't always need to hand somebody something. So, for example, when I first started, I didn't have a card like this. I had a business card, but it was just a name and a number, and it kind of very generic. And it's understandable when you're starting out; you don't know what you know. And it didn't have anything outside of that. And what I've noticed is that how do you set your self apart from other people, or what other people are doing? And one of the things that knowing what I know now, I would have had a business card that has a Q card or Q scan. Reason being is because that information, the front has all my information on it, but this part is the main thing. So either I have a telephone number, websites, my Facebook, my Instagram, just it gives you more in depth about me, or it would be a Q card or Q information for about the property that you could look up on your phone, as opposed to having the physical media. Because, even though I have these cards and I give them out to people, this is becoming kind of like obsolete, I guess you could say. Reason being is because everything's becoming so digitalized. That's one thing. The other thing is, I probably would have got into doing my media a lot sooner than later. Not to say I started too late, but I guess I know now what works for me with my media, that my outputs, probably not spend so much time on trying to create the videos as opposed to knowing what I know now, just editing and getting things done. But again, that's more so trial and error. So it's kind of like, is it something you could fully learn or fully come out the gate swinging with? I don't know. Kind of feel like that. The other thing is doing what works. So for me, door knocking was where I started, but I realized that doesn't work for me as much as doing open house. I need something to where I'm really interacting with people all day, every day. And for me, open house was always my vice. It's always been, besides other avenues of getting lead generation. Going to being part of the community, helping out that way, or word of mouth. But I've noticed that the biggest way people have been talking or have been reaching out to me has been because of my content that I make. Not so many times where people are talking to me necessarily about real estate, and more so, hey, so this is what you did to pass the game. I've had conversation like that, or I've had people say, I really like how you're working, what you're playing with the guitar. So those different avenues have been reaching people, coming to me from those different perspectives, to when they see my real estate, they're like, okay, well, when I'm ready, I'll let you know. But they keep seeing my content, they are paying attention to what I'm doing. So it's been working itself out. The other thing is not to, I guess you could say, waste time with people that are not serious and be more inclined to, because when at first I was just like happy to talk to people, but have to keep in mind that my time is valuable and that it needs to be productive in regards to working with people that are serious, meaning not spending time on people who just want to chat or just want to talk. They're not interested in really buying a home. They're not willing to take the steps. And you really can tell when somebody's serious when they take the initiative to do the first things, and that means talking to a realtor. That's the first thing. The second thing is immediately getting qualified, seeing what they qualify for, and then getting second and third opinions from lenders too. Don't just go to the first vendor that's given to you. Look around. Well, the thing of it is that a lot of people who say they're interested in buying a home, they're really not interested in buying a home. They're really what we like to call, or I don't know if it's, I think it's a term that's been said. I don't know. I think I heard it. Or the point is called looky-loos. People who are just looking at homes, but they're not interested in buying. They have no interest in buying. They try to make it sound like that because they like the attention that they get from you when they see you come to their when they come to your open house. But the reality is they're not serious about anything. So it's like you be professional, but you kind of don't waste your energy on somebody if they're not really gonna talk to you. If you're trying to ask questions and you're getting too much yes and no, of course make sure the questions are not yes and no questions, but if they're just not really trying to interact with you and they're only looking at the house, that kind of can tell you after so much time that if they're really that serious or not. So you got to keep that in mind, because some people will tell you day in and day out that they're interested, but until they take those steps to look at what they can buy and what they can qualify for and what's going to be, and then also their expectation, then you can only do so much. And then some people, once they kind of realize what they can afford, they still kind of be like, well, I feel I deserve more than what I can get, so I'm not going to buy anything. It's like, okay, cool, I totally get that, but I got to work with people that have realistic expectations, and they're motivated, and they know what they want, and they're willing to sacrifice to get some of the things they want. They may not be able to get everything, but at least get some things as opposed to nothing. The other thing is to understand that if you already have people that you think are for you, but they're not showing signs, or they're not really trying to gravitate towards you, and you keep putting yourself out there, then you need to really just not focus on them, not worry about it, not be like, why is this or that? Just literally just not necessarily cut them off, but stop spending your time with those people, whether that's friend or family. Because what happens is that they'll just use you for information, but they have no intentions of working with you, whether it's because they don't want to mix business with pleasure, or they have somebody but they'd rather pay that person and have you do the work as opposed to you doing the work and being paid for your services. And some people are like that. So you got to understand that. Don't take it fully personal. As I've been told, some people say you should take it personal, but like, don't take it personal. Be like, hey, that's great. That lets me know what you're about. That lets me know where your mindset is. And let me go focus on people that want to do business with me, want to gravitate, and want me to help them. Because not everybody's for that. And, just understand what the relationship is, and how you need to adjust accordingly, and just keep it moving. That's it. The last thing I would say is don't beat yourself up if you're not always able to make every type of meeting that you have with your organization, or if you're not able to close a sale every single time. Think about what you did for closing the sale. Think about what didn't work, and think about what you could do better. And just understand, like I made in one of my other videos, is you're not going to win every single time. That's just the way it is. As long as you bend my tongue. As long as you do your best and give 100% A game, that's all you can do. And when I say the meeting stuff for like your organization, there's going to be times where you just can't make it. There's going to be times where you have too many other things going on, whether it's your family, whether it's personal, whether it's closing up transactions or meeting with clients. You're not going to be able to make always these group meetings that your business may have. and you do the best you can. Don't beat yourself up about it, and don't let other agents kind of make you feel some type of way about it, because at the end of the day, the ones who do feel that way, 9 times out of 10, they have so much business that they don't have to worry about whether they need to make this meeting or not. And that's not to say every agent's like that, but just be aware of that, because some people will like to make comments and say, well, I did this or I did that, you know, and just be mindful. Understand that everybody has their own journey in this business and in this thing that we call being a realtor in California. So you got to do what's best for you. Yeah, I think that's it. So that being said, I will catch you guys on the next one.